Hello, how's it going, guys? My name is Mohammed Ubaid Maman. I'm new into the class. I made a presentation about the luxury Toyotas introduction to the U.S. This is obviously talking about the Lexus LS 400, the first Lexus that was ever sold in the United States. And this is basically just an analysis of it. So carrying on, the the Lexus LS was the first sedan introduced into the America introduced to the American consumers. We before had a bunch of Toyotas in the states right when the fuel crisis was going on, and we had a lot of these four cylinder Toyotas and a lot of these little Japanese cars and whatnot. But we never really had a full Toyota sedan, like a full size V8 sedan, luxury sedan in the states before. So this was our first introduction, and this car stood up against BMW and Mercedes, namely the BMW 7 Series and the Mercedes S Class at the time. So this was a very big competitor against that. In what ways is it displayed, and how does this compare and contrast to other similar ads? So actually, at the time, the ad that I shared with the class today, it no other company had attempted anything like this, where it was a bunch of like champagne glasses on top of the hood, and the car was going 145 miles an hour on a dyno, and it was just showing how stable the car was. There was no vibrations, and none of the champagne glasses or the flutes fell over, which was for its time, it's very impressive, and how balanced that motor is at 145 miles an hour. It's just astounding. So that has never been done prior, but afterwards there was a bunch of like knockoff ads that were very similar to, to what was done in the ad here, where Nissan did one to show off their $13,000 Altima they had at the time, and I think Dodge did one on the Dakota, and they were towing like a Dakota. It was basically like a Dodge Dakota on the bed, and there was like another car on the bed with the flutes on the top. But it was nothing close. At the time, no one had done that before, and yeah, it was never done that. Even S Class and 7 Series BMWs didn't have anything close to that. The presumed target audience was it was for everybody in the US. Basically, after the fuel crisis was over, all we got from Japan were these four-cylinder cars, these horrible underpowered plasticky cars. You can compare them to like today's Sentra. They're very, like, economy cars, and we really didn't get the full sized experience. Like, we obviously had the Jaguar, we had the Cadillac, all these big cars, the 7 Series, of course, the S Class, of course. So the presumed target audience were Americans that have never experienced, like, a big Toyota. We have in Japan, they have a lot of these. They have a lot of these like V8 executive sedans, but we never got one. So this is the first time. It was the first attempt, and they nailed it right on the head. Um, and it was anybody looking for a new luxury sedan, Toyota fans, and anybody looking for a German replacement. If Ger- German cars really didn't have any competition, because all we had were German cars. Or if you want to go British, then we have the Jaguar, but that's about it. Or you can get something American, but I don't. The American cars are, that's to each their own. Um, what were the persuasive devices used, like, against us as the consumers? Perfection. That was something that they really got on. And the luxury another car can't offer. And at the time, I left this out of the slide. One of the biggest things was that the price, the price, the price point, because like these other cars, these Jaguars and these Jaguars that we had, and these Cadillacs that we had that were competing against this LS 400, and including the S Class and the 7 Series, could not get close to the price that the LS 400 was offered at. Could not get close, and the reason behind this is because the yen had the value of the yen had went down drastically, and like the German economy, right, where all these S classes and 7 series were made, they had a strong currency, but the yen was just getting lower and lower, so they could produce this car at such low rates and then have them come to the U.S. and sold at a dollar instead of a yen, a dollar amount, which was great for Lexus. They made a lot of money just on this LS, and it was a great seller. They continue to sell them to this day. They still have them. And here's my reference cited. Thank you guys so much. I genuinely appreciate it. Please leave me any feedback that you guys think that I can do better. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and have a good night.